once it loads. Woo! We're going live. Hey! What's up, everyone? What is up? For those of you who don't know me, thank you so much for coming to my play reading of one of my original short plays called Music. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt Dela Cruz. I'm a local Seattle performer, writer, and teaching artist. And I'm also now known on Twitter as a Sequester Mini player who pretty much is known for his mistakes in the game, but you know what? I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna do my thing no matter what. So I just wanna say thank you all again for taking the time to come out, view this play reading of mine. It's super important to me. It's something that means so much in my heart because y'all could have easily done a lot of other things. Like you guys could either have just had a phone call with a friend, or you could be doing push-ups right now, like whispering your secrets on the ground, or thinking about various things you could put on an ice cream sandwich while texting your friend saying, hey, what's up? So I appreciate you being here, spending your time. So before we start this play reading, I'm looking at my notes. I'm just gonna give you a brief history of how this play Music came up. So I actually started writing this project last year, and it was just amazing. And I literally wrote this last year at a play festival called 1448 in Seattle. And that was a play festival, a 48-hour play festival where they pick a select group of actors and they pick a select group of writers, directors, and scenic designers. And so basically, hi, Ashley. Yes, Ashley. And hi, everyone. So basically, I thought I was going to be chosen as an actor because at that point, I've never written a play before in my life. But guess what they did? They were like, Matt, you're invited to do 1448, but we're going to have you write a play. And I'm like, the fuck? I've never written anything. What should I do? But obviously, I don't want to back down from any challenge. I was just like, all right, fuck it. Let's just go. So I accepted my fate of writing a play. And basically, the night before the performance, a theme is randomly chosen. So the theme of family was chosen, and the writers pretty much had to go home, write a play real quick, and submit it the morning of at 8 a.m. So that's what I did. I wrote a play about family. I listened to Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten on repeat so that I could get something going because music for me gets my energy and my mind going. And so I pretty much started writing, and I thought about the things about family that came up. A death, like 2 deaths of mine and my family happened 2 years ago. And so I thought about my grandma and my aunt dying a month apart. And so I started from there, and I honestly wanted to start writing about my honest experiences. And so it led to that. And the next day, actors are chosen at random, and I had a director chosen at random the next day. And the first draft wasn't Filipino-based. It was just written with white characters in mind because, unfortunately, the actor pool at that event was mainly white. But the first draft was read because of that, and it was a pretty good read. And I didn't want to just leave it at that. And so, hey, Ali. So basically, fast forward 2 months ago, I took a playwriting class through a San Francisco-based company, Bindlestiff Studio, and a Seattle-based company called Velasco Arts. So they were having a playwriting class led by the amazing Christina Ying, who is in the audience. What's up, Christina? And it's basically those 2 organizations pretty much cater to Filipinx voices. And so I decided to bring this old play back. I wanted to rewrite it. And because I had free reign of what characters I wanted to make these characters specifically Filipinx-American because representation matters. And I felt that my story should not be hidden. You know what I'm saying? So, and I wanted that to be there. So this is very special for me that I've gotten Filipinx performers to read this. It's a super special thing for me to have. So before we start, I just wanted to clarify this is a workshop reading. This isn't a final reading. Oh, Jerry Ventura is here. You said the fuck. Oh, Jerry. Jerry. Oh my God, we have hella people here. I'm so excited. This is the latest rewrite. Actually, and then Eloisa, who is an actress here, added some Ilocano, Filipino dialect lines as well to give it more authenticity. And after the play is done, it's an 11-page play, so it's going to be about 20 minutes. I'm then going to have a Q&A where you can type in, which a bunch of y'all are doing right now. You can type in any questions you have about the play. Specifically, I'm going to ask y'all like what moments stood out, what moments need clarification, what were some of your favorite moments, what really struck out to you, because this will help me because I do want to submit this play to other organizations or other play festivals, or make it a full-length play, because why not? This could be, there's so much in this, in my opinion, that we could discuss more on. And so let me just make sure that the comments are working. So if you are asking a question, your comment will go here. So I'm gonna pick a random question. This is from Jerry Ventura. She said, "Da fuck." So if you do ask a question, your comment will come up here, and it'll show for all the world to see. So Jerry, you have been featured. I'm gonna have you featured for 5 more seconds to see how you feel about that. How do you feel, Jerry, if you're there? Jerry's not there, or she is. She's probably like, oh, this is a response. LOL. I got you, Jerry. Got you, Manang. All right. So anyways, are y'all ready for this play reading to start? All right. So I know I can't hear you clap. So please type clap, or you can be like Jerry and say bastos, which means rude. Or let's see. Ashley Jordan saying LOL. Yes, Ashley Jordan from Sequester. And then we've got Liz with hearts. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to introduce all of the actors who are going to be performing in this. Are y'all ready? All right, so here we go. Justin is ready. He's so ready. So here we go. We're going to start the show reading the play Music by Myself. I'm going to introduce Sequester Mini players. All right, hold on. I'm gonna suspense one more. Oh, woo, clap, clap. Patrick Hogan is ready. We've got Ali saying yes. And then Eric saying, I'm like in like collagen. Wow, that's very specific. Good on you, Eric. All right, so, oh, yes, Allegra Batara. Hey, Allegra, yes. All right, so without further ado, sorry, I'm stalling. I'm making the actors a little nervous. Without further ado, I'm gonna introduce Sequester Mini players. Up first is Justine Caladiao, who will be playing the role of Jessa. Give it up.
Hi, everyone. So excited.
And up next, we've got Renzo Santos playing the role of Marco. Come on up.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Woo! And up next, we've got Kaylee Patterson, who will be reading stage directions.
Hi.
Yes, queen. And last but not least, I'm going to be introducing you all to Seattle actress and someone who I look up to so much, Eloisa Cardona, who will be playing the role of Lola Josie.
Hi, everyone.
Woo! All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go off stage. Kaylee, you got this. You're amazing. So Kaylee's going to start this show. She's going to start setting up the scene for all of y'all. And so here we go, a play reading of the play called Music by Myself. So hit it, Kaylee, and go.
Scene 1, in a car, specifically a 2001 Nissan Altima. The front 2 seats are occupied by siblings Jessa and Marco. They are 3 years apart in age. Jessa is the younger sibling, sitting in the passenger seat. Marco is the older sibling and is driving. They are driving along smooth, winding roads surrounded by tall evergreen trees. They are the only ones driving on this road for the most part. It is around 12:30 p.m., springtime, and they are driving in a quiet Pacific Northwest town towards a beach. There is static from the radio as they are switching between radio stations. They eventually land on the song "The Boy Is Mine" by Brandy and Monica right at the 1:17 mark. This brings Jessa immense excitement.
Fuck yes, this is my shit.
Lola Josie, who is the grandmother of Jessa and Marco, is sitting in the middle back seat holding tightly to an urn. Lola Josie gives Jessa a super judgmental look and says,
Jessa, stop being so rude. You're so bastos.
What? I'm an adult, Lola. Fuck and shit are the most basic.
Why are you talking back to me, huh?
I'm just saying, people in middle school say these words. It's not all that bad if those young kids are.
Ay, ukininam.
You just said a really bad.
Jessa, why can't you be more respectful? My God. Nakawatibain mo? No shame. You have no shame.
Dude, just be quiet.
Fine.
The boy's mind is still playing in the background. Jessa is clearly butthurt and embarrassed. Marco taps Jessa on the shoulder and gives them a look of, it's okay, chill. Jessa then eases up and they both sing the chorus to The Boy Is Mine together. It starts off soft, but they eventually scream the lyrics in unison and with immense joy. They're having the time of their lives. Lola Josie is grunting while this is happening, and the siblings eventually notice.
Lola, you good?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Marco and Jessa go back to singing the song together. Then Josie grunts a little louder to get their attention and says,
Is it okay if we change the station? I don't like this song. Madilata. Not good at all.
This station is fine, Lola. Just wait till the song finishes out.
Jessa, you do as I say. Change it.
But I don't want to
My
change.
God! Change it now, Jessa. Stop being so stubborn.
Fine.
Jessa keeps switching stations. The station then lands on The Power of Love by Celine Dion at the 3:26 mark. Lola Josie then signals Jessa to stop at the station in the most Filipino way possible, without saying anything, of course.
Hoy! That one. Taytoy, stay here.
I didn't want to like this song, but all of the aunties would always.
Sing it all the time.
All the time.
They all laugh. Then they all look at each other and look in agreement. Once this agreement happens, they all sing the chorus of Power of Love together at full volume. After the chorus ends, Jessa begins to tear up.
Sis, it's okay.
I mean, I'm just.
Was it worth it, Jessa?
What do you mean?
Moving away from your mom, for your love of the theater, that acting.
Lola, please just let it.
How is your acting going, huh? Good? Successful?
Nope. Not doing this, not right now.
While this is happening, Marco tries to switch the station to another one, hoping for a more positive choice, but just hits static. He eventually puts the radio volume down to avoid the noise of static to permeate the car.
Because last I heard, you haven't landed any roles, just working as a waitress.
So what if I work as a waitress, huh? The roles will come, Lola.
Yeah. What roles, huh? Do you think you'll ever land anything? Oh, be a famous artista?
Yeah, I do. Mom believed in me.
Jackpot dyan. I don't believe that for 1 second.
She told me she was proud of me for going towards my dreams.
That's what she wanted you to believe.
Excuse me?
Your mom worked so hard for your acting school. Single mom, 16-hour shifts. And for what?
Look, I get it. She worked so much and I'm forever grateful to her. That's why I worked hard myself, getting good grades in this acting school you look so down on. I wanted to be like her, a hard worker.
You will never be like her. You will never be as good as your mama.
Lola, chill.
What the hell, Lola?
You left your mamang alone. You didn't even bother to help her, to take care of her when she needed you most.
I didn't leave her. She gave me her blessing, okay, Lola? I feel guilty enough.
Yeah, sure. Sure you do. As my mother used to say, you always stay by your mother's side. Always. No matter what. Selfish. Selfish.
She kept saying that everything was okay, that she didn't need me there.
You're so stupid. Stupid, Jessa. So stupid.
Lola, but I moved out too.
Yeah, but you went to med school. Now, you're a high-paying doctor, Virginia Mason. You are the perfect child. Unlike Jessa.
Shut up, Lola.
Your whole life wasted.
Come on, Lola.
Handak luklukon. Don't bullshit me. It's the truth, Jessa. Only thinks about herself.
You're the one bullshitting.
Bullshit! If your mom wasn't so stressed out all the time, working hard for your stupid dream, she wouldn't be in this.
Josie pulls the urn away from Jessa and hugs it.
You asshole! Fuck, pull over. I can't take this anymore.
Marco pulls the car over. Jessa gets out and takes a couple of seconds and breathes in and out to get air. She walks to downstage left, where a spotlight highlights her when she gets to her spot. Marco is shocked and taken aback. Lola Josie sits with her head down in silence. Lights fade on Marco and Lola Josie.
I'm so tired. So tired. I will never be accepted. I just want to make someone proud. And I thought I was making you proud. Am I making you proud, Mom? Am I? Because this bullshit that Lola and everyone else in the family puts on me is too much. Fuck. As dumb as it sounds, I'm following my motherfucking heart. At times it feels great, but I always end up feeling like shit whenever I'm around them. The fam bam. I know you always told me don't listen to them, and you would come up with something cheesy like, you're so beautiful and I love you always. And I'm finally admitting it. It worked, Mom. Fucking worked. It made me smile and it made me feel like I could take on the world. Which is why I don't know how I can do this. Without you here, I can't be strong. I wish you were here.
At Jessa's line, "Without you here," Marco turns the radio back on. Lights go back on Marco and Lola Josie. After a few static noises, the station lands on "We've Only Just Begun" by the Carpenters, starting at the beginning of the song. Lola Josie then lifts her head back up and taps Marco on the shoulder. She signals to Marco to stop and stay on the station. Lola Josie then begins to hum the song again. Jessa then stops still and hums the song along with Lola Josie. Jessa knows her mom is here and that she will be okay.
Oh, never heard of this song, Lola. Who's it by?
The Carpenters.
Never heard of them.
It was your mom's favorite. This song when she was a kid. I would sing this to her all the time before she'd go to bed every night. Idi bati isuna. When she was little.
When she was younger?
One.
It's soothing. It actually sounds familiar now that I think about it.
It should be.
As this conversation is going on, Jessa goes back to Lola Josie and Marco.
Yeah, Mom would always hum this tune whenever she'd wash dishes after dinner. All the time. Never asked her what the name of the song was.
That's where I know it from.
Napinta sa tanga kanta. It's a good song. Stay here, please.
Marco and Jessa both smile to each other, which leads Jessa to come take her seat in the car. She feels a sense of support from him. Marco then restarts the car and starts to drive again. As the song keeps playing, Lola Josie starts to sway to her right and left. Jessa takes notice of this and follows suit. A few seconds later, Marco follows suit and they are all swaying back and forth in unison as the song plays. Lola Josie is the only one who sings some of the lyrics. Marco and Jessa hum along. The song then fades out.
I miss her.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if... Jack, marami na ito eh. I can't do this.
You can, Lola.
Mom would want you to say goodbye.
She would, Lola.
No, anak ko, anak ko, anak ko, anak ko.
Jessa and Marco look to each other and then nod yes to themselves in silence. Marco tries to change the station again with some static in between songs. The station eventually lands on Electric Boogie by Marcia Griffith, right at the 5-second mark. Everyone in the car looks confused.
The hell?
How is this playing on the actual radio? I only hear this playing at family parties.
Right?
Lola Josie looks up, slowly wipes her tears, and a small smile comes to her face. She starts grooving by herself in the back seat. Jessa and Marco chuckle to themselves.
All right, Lola. I see you.
Yes, go Lola.
Hey,
Hey,
hey.
They continue to cheer on Lola Josie. Throughout the song, they begin to do the line dance moves of the Electric Boogie in seated position. After a bit, Marco looks over and notices that they have reached their stop. The radio stops and Marco pulls over and turns off the car. The song Electric Boogie should stop at the 1:43 mark at the latest.
We're here.
Yep, we are.
You want to come with Lola?
Okay.
You sure, Lola?
I'll be fine. Just stay here.
Okay.
Jessa and Marco look at each other and come to an understanding. They each get out of their respective car seats and walk to Lola Josie. Marco is standing to her left and Jessa is standing to her right. Lola Josie is in the middle of them. As her grandchildren are standing on both sides of her, Lola Josie looks at Marco for a few seconds, then at Jessa. She looks at Jessa more intently, with a small amount of respect, and slowly gives her the urn.
Jessa, here. She loved you so much.
Jessa looks at Lola Josie in shock and begins to silently cry to herself.
You ready, sis?
Mm-hmm.
Marco starts to exit downstage center towards the audience, like how Jessa exited previously. After a few steps, Jessa follows Marco. They end up exiting off stage next to each other. Lola Josie is left on stage, still in her seat. She looks towards the direction of Jessa and Marco's exit. Then in a soft tone, Lola Josie sings the first part of We've Only Just Begun by the Carpenters.
We've only just begun to live. white lace and promises. A kiss will keep it all away.
Blackout. End of play.
Wow, y'all. Give round of applause. Wow, great job. I'm just gonna give shout outs to the cast. Thank you so much for delivering that. It's so crazy seeing it written and performed so effectively, and y'all just gave it your all and connected, and I just truly appreciate you all taking time. I appreciate everyone coming to watch this show. As I said before, I do want to keep this story going. I still want to keep this story going because it means so much to me. Sorry, I'm about to cry because like y'all like literally just did it. And I missed live theater so much, and just to have y'all here and okay, cool. I'm gonna I'm gonna stop crying. So now for those of you watching, I do want any honest critiques, any honest clarifications you have, any questions for the cast, any questions for me. Yeah, like I'm gonna just start. Like, who was your favorite character? Who did you connect to the most? What were your favorite moments, and what needed clarification? All right, so I'm gonna feature Allegra here real quick. So Allegra Batara says it feels like it's a preview of something bigger. It so wants to be expanded. Thank you so much. I will definitely expand it, writing that down. While the questions are coming in, I do want to shout out to some people. People are saying some awesome comments at the end as well. So let me just scroll back up. We've got a couple of wows from Adam. We got a woohoo from Velasco Arts. Velasco Arts, as I said in the earlier applause, they pretty much helped me get this play to the next level. The links to Bindlestiff and Velasco Arts and 1448, the three organizations who I worked with, all the links are at the top of the chat, at the very chat before everyone came in. So please support those people as well. And then we've got a comment for Renzo, killing it right here. Yes. And then we've got a message from JC. Thank you, JC. Ashley Jordan. And then we've got a message from Eloisa. And yes, Dina. Yes. All right. So I believe the questions are coming in. We do have, let's see here. All right, cool. Velasco Arts is the cast was stunning, brought so much heart. Eric Danforth pretty much was saying Eloisa is the queen. Thank you, Eric. And I think now we're going to start getting into the questions since the 10-minute leg is catching up. So here we go. Justin Brown says, I really appreciated the shift from white characters to introducing your culture and experiences. Brought a lot more color. Thank you so much. Awesome. And then we have Eric Danforth coming in. I would love an entire day of the cast together, like a family event maybe. So question, Eric, are you talking about this cast, or would you like, are you talking about adding another scene about them at an event? So I'm going to clarify that. I'm going to put that in as maybe family events. Okay. Thank you, Eric. Then we've got Evangeline Beltran saying, this reminds me of the finale of Never Have I Ever. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. All right, now we got Adam coming in. The leg is catching up. Everyone is great. This is from Adam, my friend Adam. But I definitely connected with Lola the most. There were a lot of layers to her character, brought to life beautifully by Eloisa's amazing performance. All right, so maybe we could talk more about Lola in the next reiteration. So I'm going to star that. Thank you for that. And then Eric added on, I was thinking of the play in general, like an entire day together. Thank you, Eric. Perfect. So I'm going to definitely put that into consideration, writing that down. I was thinking of the play in general, okay, like an entire day. Okay. Wow, y'all are really giving me some good stuff. Y'all are on point, audience. I love it. All right. Eric also said the same cast would be great too. That's good to know. That is great to know. Maybe if I get a grant somehow, if any of y'all know of grants, arts grants where I can get hella money to fly all these people out together to do a live show, maybe at Bindle Stiff in San Francisco, I could hopefully fly this cast out to perform it if my cast would like that. Can you raise your hand, thumbs up if you'd like to do it? No pressure now. Okay, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. No pressure now. All right, and then we've got Allegra. The generational difference is really interesting to see in the language and expectations. Thank you, Allegra. All right, we're gonna do this for about 10 more minutes because I know that we have a very tight schedule, so no worries. And then Uncle Bob 4. That was a nice, tight 10-minute play structurally. The inciting event was the death of the mother. What would you consider the central conflict? That is a very great question, Uncle Bob. As of now, and this is going to change obviously with time, Uncle Bob, I would say the central conflict right now is, I'm toying with it because there's clearly a conflict with Jessa and Lola. And I think the mom, I didn't reveal her death here, but I feel like the mom was more of what Jessa, she wanted to be more like Jessa is now. So I think the conflict is like Jessa being how her mom should have been and her Lola reacting to that. So, but I'm obviously gonna, maybe with time it's going to change. So thank you, Uncle Bob. Yes. All right, so we've got a question from Patrick Hogan. Did you have an idea in mind of what happened to mom? This is a great question. And Christina Ying, who taught me the playwriting class that I went to, we had a discussion, and I believe as of now, she died of a heart attack alone in her home as her kids were living their lives. So that's pretty much what my take is. And then we got Ashley Jordan. I so appreciate the cultural dynamics. I also found the tone really transcends. I could relate and got emotional. That's really great to hear. A biggest fear that I had, especially when talking about the Filipino background of mine and adding these Filipinx-American characters, was that would people outside of my culture get that? And hearing these comments, especially from Ashley and everyone who is from the Sequester community who isn't an actor, hearing that people do connect is such a great thing. So I really appreciate that. Wow, these questions are coming. I love it. And then Kaylee Patterson says, oh, yeah. Well, we'll highlight a comment from Kaylee who performed here. Yeah. Yes, that Ashley Jordan. I thought it was interesting that even though I'm not Filipino, I found myself still relating. Yes, Kaylee. Thank you for that. And then Allegra asked this question. Do you think the siblings have conflict? That is actually a good question. Actually, Renzo, before when we started rehearsing before this, he actually was wondering, do they have conflict? I don't think that they have conflict. In my opinion, I feel like there is a little conflict, like typical brother-sister conflict, but they ultimately do get each other. I do see Marco as being more by the book because he wants to just stay with the status quo where Jessa definitely is not. But they do have that respect there. Let's see, Evangeline. I felt with Jessa a lot. Yeah, I did too. Jessa is definitely more me as well. So as the questions come in, I'm going to open it up to the actors to see if they had any thoughts. So you can unmute yourselves and then I'll add more questions as well. We'll do this for about, actually, it's not even 5 yet. So we have some time. So go for it, y'all. Whoever wants to speak first.
Well, I personally really related to the character of Jessa. Yeah, in Filipino families, I guess a lot of different cultures, they want you to go do the smart choice, be a doctor, be a, choose a path that will guarantee you, money in the future and success. And sometimes, like, a lot of us have stories we want to tell. We have creative sides, and we want to explore that, and sometimes we don't get the same encouragement from parents to do so. So I really related with that and I think the dynamics between the family members is very relatable too. I think more than just Filipinos. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that even though I'm not Filipino, I was able to, it kind of transcended that. And I was able to put it into my own like Egyptian culture too, where I definitely feel like it's so similar where your parents have a specific idea of what they want you to do with your life, and especially like your grandparents too. My grandmother hates that I'm pursuing music and not like a traditional 9 to 5 job. So I absolutely like 100% related to Jessa in that respect. So you did a really good job at being able to just, I mean, I'm losing my words here, but you did a good job at being able to like transcend that like cultural sphere.
Thank you so much, Kaylee.
Yeah, I was born and raised in the Philippines, so I really like the play because it really was able to capture the complexities of a Filipino family. Like we love each other, but and we respect the elders, but at the same time we have these internal fights, and then it can go as happy with a song, and then and then like minutes after it's gonna be dramatic, and then minutes after it's gonna be happy again, and stuff like that. And I really love how Matt was able to capture the power of music in Filipino familial context. Like we love to sing, we love to put music and everything, we love to celebrate, and I really like the complexity of the play and how it was able to capture the Filipinx culture as its own, on its own. Yeah,
Oh,
at a very
thank
short
you.
amount of time. So
Thank you. And then for those of you who don't know the songs Electric Boogie, we know it as the Electric Slide, but for some reason it's called Electric Boogie and not Electric Slide. So yeah, it's the Electric Boogie. The Electric Slide is played at pretty much every Filipinx party. It's a line dance that they do all the time. And so I really wanted to use pivotal musical pieces that are played a lot in Filipinx culture to sort of reflect that connection. And yeah, I'm very glad that this came up. Do we want to add anything, actors, before I let everybody go? I'm seeing the question stream real quick to make sure that everything is updated. All right, it looks like questions are slowing down. Would you like to add anything before I share your social media contacts and all that stuff?
I just want to thank you, Matt, and I'm so proud of you and for just doing the thing. Like it's hard. It's hard to put pen to paper and write about our experiences, but you're giving a lot of people a voice through your work, and I just am so happy to see this story like become what I imagine it's going to be. I think it's going to be great. I mean, it already is great, but thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. I really hope we did justice to your artistry. And thank you for doing this. Like, I think that at least in the sequester community, we need something like this more often to spread more positivity and lessen the negativity.
Yes. All right, Kaylee.
Definitely seconded. Even though I was just reading stage directions, I do feel really honored that you reached out to me to read them, and I hope I delivered. But yeah, thank you so much for this, and I can't wait to see where you're going next, because you're going places, Matt.
Thank you so much. All right, stay on the air real quick. I did have some last minute questions come in, crew, and then we're gonna end the show. But I did see here Justin said the intersection of family music was strong. Any other ways you plan on adding to this as the play grows? That is something I still need to think about, Justin, because that's such a loaded question. So that is something I'm writing down right now. So thank you for that, Justin. Ashley Jordan says, fantastic job, everyone. Thank you for sharing your hearts and vulnerability with us. Yes. And now, Uncle Bob. Yes, Uncle Bob. All right, here we go. Let's see here. And Eloise is coming back. Eloisa is back. Yes.
Hi, sorry. I got the connection went bluey and I tried to get back and here I am.
No worries. And then before we end, we're about to end here, Eloisa, but I do want to have your thoughts as well before I answer some of these questions. So Uncle Bob said you had good characters. I would like to have seen Marco developed a bit more. That's a great thing. Marco developed more. Where he's torn between supporting. Ooh, torn. Oh, and I could also see these comments next time. All right, perfect. Thank you, Uncle Bob. And then we're going to do another question. Also think about incorporating a Filipino song or two into the play. Great addition, Uncle Bob. For those of you who don't know who Robert Flores, aka Uncle Bob, he is also someone I look up to. He's written so many plays already from his own Filipinx experience, and so it's an honor to have you here in the audience as well. All right, and then we'll just do Justin comment. You delivered, Kaylee. Yes, you did. Liz, yes. We love Matt from Eric. All right, before we end, we're gonna end in about 5 to 10 minutes. But Eloisa, now that you're back, what were some? Because the cast discussed what were some moments from them. Like, what were some things that connected you with the player? How did you feel, or just
This is so Filipino.
Yeah.
Filipino and so Filipino-American. That whole conflict between generations and actually cultures. I remember thinking to myself as I was getting older and my relationship with my own mother was shifting. It was just like I had to realize we're both Filipino, but we actually come from two different cultures. Mm-hmm. She comes from a very, very Filipino background. And in fact, if you want to think about it, she came from a historical Filipino background at a time when the Philippines was beginning to shift from being very Hispanic to being, more geared towards a even more Western American view. But, and then of course she brought me and my brother here when we were tiny babies. So we grew up here. So our whole concept of being, what it meant to be Filipino here was different from hers. And so that's where I could, that whole conflict really spoke to me. And, actually wanting to bring more Ilocano to this, because that's what grounded me in my character. It's just like, I know, it's just like making her more Ilocano is what, brought it for me. And thank you for letting me do that, Matt.
Of course.
And of course, seeing that that conflict between the older generation and that culture and this younger generation and their culture.
Yeah.
It's just
thank you.
Yeah. And I'm glad that we're going to talk about that more. I think because in earlier theatrical times, I don't, we kind of touched upon that, but I don't think we really illuminated that and brought that, to the fore here in our American culture more than we're doing now. Mm-hmm. So that's great.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Eloisa. Oh my gosh. All right. So with that said, we are at 4:45. I want to make sure that people have time to do their other things because I don't want to keep people longer. So before we end this show, I just want to say thank you to everyone who spent their time watching this play reading of mine. It means a whole lot. But I want to make sure that you know how to follow these amazing actors on social media because they are amazing. So I'm going to start with Justine. This is her Twitter handle. If you don't follow her already, please follow her. I'm going to leave this up for about 5 to 10 seconds so y'all know who she is. All right, feel free to pose. Pick a pose. Just yes, keep posing, girl. Yes. All right, and then up next we have Renzo's Twitter. I am Renzo Santos. Yeah, you could dance, you do whatever you want, Renzo. Live your best life. All right, so I am Renzo Santos on Twitter. And then we've got Kaylee. Kaylee here. All right, yes, Kaylee. Yeah, move your face and all smiles. And also, shout out to Kaylee. She is releasing her single. When are you releasing your single, Kaylee?
July 17th.
She is releasing a single on July 17th, so please follow her Twitter so you can keep on track with that. And then we have Eloisa's not on Twitter, but she's got an Instagram account, so feel free to follow her on Instagram at eloisa.cardona.33. So I'm going to leave that up there for a little bit. Yes. And then last but not least, I have to promote myself because duh. So please follow me on my Twitter account at Matt Dela Cruz, Twitter. And I'm seeing comments coming in right now. If you have any questions, you can message me on Twitter or anything you want to add about the play. I do appreciate you all. So before we end here, I just want to say thank you again. I want to make sure that, because there's this community that's watching this round, it's intermixing. A lot of my acting circles are coming, and then we've got my Sequester friends watching this, and I know that y'all get this. I just want to clarify and say that the arts are important. The arts are very important, and it is such an important platform to take part of, which also transcends into media like reality shows, various entertainment, movies. And so I just want you all to remember from this that everyone is worthy. Representation definitely matters, and we need to take a stand to hear everyone else's stories. There's not just one story anymore. There are many stories that deserve to be heard. And I just want y'all to remember that and to always support the arts, support one another, and you know what? And have fun while doing that. And so let me actually, before we end, I'm going to shout out to Bindle Stiff, and I'm going to show their links real quick. So this is Bindle Stiff Studios website if you want to get to know more about them. They are San Francisco based, and they are a great organization. I met Christina Yang and a lot of my classmates from that playwriting class through this as well. And then we've got Velasco Arts, which is Seattle based as well. Yes. Feel free to check them out. They pretty much came together and created the playwriting class that I did. And last but not least, if you want to know what's happening, 1448 is a 48-hour theater festival that's not just Seattle-based, but also, I believe they're California-based as well. So I'm going to check the comments for the last minute. Perfect. All right, so I guess I just want to say actors don't leave yet, even though I'm going to end the broadcast. Stay with me. I really thank you all for taking the time. This meant so much to me. Oh, man. All right. Well, take care, okay? Take care, audience. Enjoy the rest of your day. Y'all are amazing. And take care of yourselves. Kisses, smooches. All right. Bye, everyone.